Good
Ready?
time to start a cleanse.
Are you cleansing?
Well, I broke loose on Saturday night for my buddy's birthday, but I haven't drank since the 4th.
Wow. Welcome to The Tap. Brought to you by Battered and Brewed. And, of course, Keystone Studios for hosting is here. I'm here with David Adam Byrnes from Arkansas. Adam.
Close.
Fuck.
David Allen Coe
You know what?
screwed
I'm going
me.
to go right now and tell you why. I did my homework, which I don't normally like to do. That interview that you did with that foreign guy,
Oh, my gosh.
where they spelled it completely wrong.
Yep.
That's why I don't like to do homework, because I gravitate towards the wrong stuff. And you are hilarious because the guy's sort of speaking English. Where was he from?
Was it somewhere in Germany or something? I don't know. Every year he requests me,
Yeah.
and it's just like,
I mean, I
can't
was that
understand him.
fanfare type thing?
Oh, it was CMA Fest.
Yeah. See, I'm old. No,
It
CMA
should still
Fest-
be called fanfare, though.
The old guys
That's,
do.
you know.
We're stuck in our ways. So yeah, I'm like, what is this interview? This guy spoke like broken English, like I've never heard, and you were actually pretty good with it. You're like, you can see you trying to decipher what the hell he means, is he saying? But he's so excited that you just kind of.
Well, that was half of it. Was like you couldn't tell a serious question from a not serious because he's so like just there, and I'm sitting there trying to I mean, I'm about as hick as it gets, so I know he don't understand what's coming out of my mouth.
So they had the David, and it was Byrnes spelled wrong and this, and I'm like, I wasn't even sure if I had the right guy, and then I recognized your face. I'm like, okay, and then I opened up this with that. So we're
Sad
not even
part
going to
is-
fix that in editing.
So many people point that out because they'll find that trying to do homework before interviews, and if anybody's looked, they always bring it up. I know exactly what you're talking about.
How
when
many
you say
views does it have? I didn't even check. I have no
I don't know,
idea.
probably like 20.
It's just
And it's
people.
probably all the 20 interviews.
It's just guys doing their homework to interview you. That's funny. Okay, so we're going to start at least the name part over. David Adam Byrnes, God-given name, I'm assuming.
That's it. My ancestors couldn't spell, so.
Does now are on stage? Is it all three names all the time?
It is. So, funny or believe this or not, I never used my middle name until my first record deal. And every time you would Google me,
David Byrnes.
all that would pop up was the Talking Heads and that dude. So my label president was like, yeah, either we're going to change your name or start using we're going to use your middle name. So I was like, so great. 21 years of practicing my autograph. I have to start all over again.
It
All
could
right,
be
cool.
worse. Your nickname could be Coe for some reason. People are like, David Allen Coe.
See?
Byrnes. Which one do I search? I don't know.
I love when I sing the You Don't Have to Call Me My Name or whatever
Yeah.
it is, just throwing in my name instead of David Allen Coe and watching the minds out in front explode.
That's a great idea. What's your favorite cover to perform?
Unwound George Strait.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. There's just something about that kick of that bass line. It makes me all happy
It
inside.
does it for you. Okay, so from Arkansas, you just signed with Silverado Records,
Yes, sir.
which the home of Joe Diffie. So I commend Silverado and everything that they do. You know why? Because Joe Diffie was the first artist that I worked with as an intern in '94.
No kidding.
At Epic Records, yeah. And I'll never forget one of the funnier stories. That we hired a Midwest guy from Motown. He was a white dude. Probably the only white guy that worked at Motown. But he was out of the Chicago branch. His name was Mark Westcott. And we both worked the Midwest. Or he worked the Midwest when I was an intern, and then eventually I worked the Midwest. But anyway, Mark Westcott was a great guy. He's still alive. That sounded like he was dead. Anyway, great guy, fantastic. He goes out to meet Joe on the road. Never met Joe before.
Yeah.
Walks up to the bus, knocks on the door. Joe opens the door.
Greatest mustache ever.
Exactly, right there with the Kentucky waterfall. Says, yes, and Mark goes, I'm here to meet Joe Diffie. I'm his record rep, and he goes, hang on a second. Shuts the door, he goes back and gets his tour manager. Tour manager comes out, starts talking like he's Joe Diffie. So
That's amazing.
after all of it was said and done, they figured it out. The tour manager sent a message to the promotion department and said, hey, next time you hire somebody, might want to send him a picture of the artist so that he knows who he's talking to.
Sad part sounds like something I'd do.
So, Joe, 12 number ones. Have you met Joe yet?
I have. We right after I signed, we did a show together in Iowa, and so that was kind of one of them cool moments sitting there.
Yeah.
He's playing the new record. Man, what do you think about this? And I'm like, you're Joe Diffie. It doesn't matter what you sing. Yes.
Is he? I mean, that guy. I could talk a lot about that because I mean, it's nostalgic for me, but at the same time, I saw him sing with Sam Moore. I think it was at the Opry, and that was the first time I've ever been brought to tears.
Yeah,
by a vocal performance.
And I'll tell you, he sings better now than he did back then.
Oh, I think so too.
It's amazing.
Do you want to know one of the reasons why?
Takes care of himself, probably.
Along the lines, yeah. My buddy tour manages Joe, so I still am, and one of the guys I went to college with helps manage Joe. So I've grown up with Joe.
By golly.
Joe told his tour manager story where he went to the doctor. He just had a doctor's appointment on his way in, just doing his thing, and for shit's sake, I'm spacing his name. Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
Jerry Reed's on his way out. And they have and Joe's doing well. I mean, he's in his groove.
Right.
Jerry tells
Bigger than
him,
the Beatles.
Yeah, it was in the 90s. Yeah, absolutely. Worked that record. And so Joe's kind of sitting outside having a cigarette before he goes into the doctor's office, which is hilarious. But if you know Joe, that makes perfect sense. Runs into Jerry Reed. They have just a pleasantry, some platitudes exchange. Oh, man, I love what you're doing, that kind of thing. Yeah, just hear the doctor. Goes in, does his doctor appointment, comes out, Jerry Reed's still there. And is adamant about telling Joe to quit smoking. He says, and of course, he had all those cigarette songs, and it was all, ha-ha.
Oh, yeah,
but this was
next
like,
thing smoking.
Yeah, and this is where he's saying, hey, man, stop smoking. First it took my voice, and then it took my career.
Yeah.
And I hope that stuck with Joe, but it sounds like it did.
It has. Now he dips more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. Give and take.
He trade vices. All right, that's cool. I'm not going to talk about Diffie all day. I promise.
Joe
Diffie.
Joe Diffie.
You know, when that came out, I was like, this is my life right there. Joe. But you can't take away that guy. Songwriter, came from working on air conditioners before in factory work. What you started early, but what was your regular jobs before you got into music?
I actually I had one job before I moved here, and ironically enough, I worked at a Western store over the Christmas months. I knew I was moving in like January or February, long enough to save enough money with the employee discount to buy a pair of boots I wanted, and I quit. I did, man. I took a pay cut to move to Nashville. I was making $1,000 or more a week playing bars and stuff back home in Arkansas, living with my mom and dad. So
well, it's called starving artist for a reason.
It really is. And I moved here, and I did the Broadway thing for the first year, so that's how I made my living. Had my publishing and record deal within the first year, and the only job I've to this day outside of that I've truly had was when I left that first deal. Got people that own or run the Pedal Tavern are friends of mine, and I always had an ongoing joke with them. If I lose my record deal, I'm calling y'all for a job.
The bike pedal thing?
Yeah. And so I knew it was going down. Hey, man, is that job offer for real? So I actually worked that for a summer and a fall here while I was in between trying to figure everything out.
Were you driving them?
Yeah, I was a driver.
Did you have to talk on the intercom and all that stuff?
No, there wasn't an intercom. That's half the reason I had to stop, because I finally got to where I was back on the road and touring so much that I was killing my voice trying to turn around and yell at people.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it was fun, man. It's a
bachelorette parties. They don't shut up.
I think I sold more records off that thing than my first label did.
No kidding.
It was funny. When I started touring, I'd go to towns, and there'd be these groups that came in. It was people I drove on there, like, we've been waiting to see you.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's a good idea, actually. All right, get our young artists on a Pedal Tavern.
There you go.
I'm starting to plant seeds.
It is. You should.
So you never had. So you're obviously committed to music and all. You said you started in the choir and were too twangy. And
See, I was mad because in high school they gave me solos. They didn't care. They just embraced it.
Wait, vocal solos?
Oh yeah.
No kidding. Have you seen Doyle and Debbie?
I have not.
Okay, you should.
I need to. Is that my Netflix worthy next one?
Yeah, I don't think it's on Netflix. They play down at the. They play right down in your neighborhood down there in the Gulch. They play at the Station Inn.
Okay.
Every Tuesday.
I gotta
go see Doyle and Debbie.
I like it.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And as a musician,
how did I not name that earlier on the hole in the wall places? I mean, that's like
it's
in my backyard. How did I not say that?
That's all right.
Oh well, better late than never.
It is. Where is Sherwood? How far away from what city?
So if you go to Little Rock,
yeah,
go a little north. There's North Little Rock, home of Jerry Jones.
Okay.
Then if you go a little more north, There's Sherwood.
Okay, so about how far from, like 40 minutes?
Not even, maybe 20 minutes.
20 minutes, so a suburb, really.
It is now.
Ish.
It didn't used to be.
Right.
It used to be completely like, I always laughed, Daddy Won't Sell the Farm is our theme song, because back in the old days, everybody had their long strips of like land.
Yeah.
Everything is subdivisioned around us, and we still have the piece of land my dad grew up on.
Oh, nice.
So that's
Did you guys farm?
He did early on. By the time I came around, I mean, like anything, you got your little home garden and that kind of stuff. But I mean, they had horses, chickens, everything growing up until the city pretty much told them you can't do that no more. So
Right. They're like, we're not cooking any home cooked meals anymore. We're going out. I'm in my 70s.
yeah, I never thought that's probably what happened. My dad got sick of not being able to make it himself.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, all those guys in Canada, I worked with an artist. He had 22 siblings.
Dang,
Yeah.
they must have been Catholic.
They worked on the farm. They were Canadian Catholic. It's like the worst kind.
See, that's for me. I grew up Baptist and Catholic, so I can pick and choose which one I want to be.
There you
I
go.
just call it Batholic.
Yeah. That's good. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, no. It's okay. I'd pick whatever works best for me.
I mean, you know the real difference between the two, don't you?
No.
The Catholic waves back at you at the liquor store.
I leave the liquor store like a proud parent holding a new cradling a bottle, like, oh, 2 hands, don't let it fall.
Heck no, man. That's sacred material.
It
right
is
there.
sacred material. Well, that's where a lot of your writing comes from. It has to. Alcoholiday. There's another song called Alcoholiday.
I bet it's not as good as mine.
It's good. I won't make that call. I'm not musically enough inclined to judge one over the other, but it's from a guy named Zach Selwyn out in L.A. And it's a pretty good song too. I always want to do a bit about Alzheimer's. Like that's like I get hell from my roommates because I'll pick up a beer and
That's funny you say that.
And I'll have beers in different rooms.
When I first moved here, I lived in this duplex, and on the other side, which you've been in town long enough, you may remember the old Hound Dogs hot dogs thing that was on the corner.
I do.
Flash, the guy that owned and ran that.
Didn't know him, but yeah.
He was my neighbor every morning. Oh, damn, son, what are you doing? That's his voice to it, day. He had this song idea for a song called Beerheimers. Son, I'm telling you, it's a hit. You got to write it with me.
Alzheimer's is way better.
I swear for a year straight, I heard that every day. Boy, you're missing out on money.
Touring wise, right now, what's your setup?
Man, a lot of stuff I'm doing just acoustic.
Just flying out there, showing up and blowing
Drive,
up.
fly, whatever. We got the full band dates mixed in, but while we're kind of waiting on the album to come out and everything else, I want to make FaceTime with the people and go out there and see them. And I mean, not toot my own horn, but there's not many artists that can just go out by themselves just a guitar and rock
This
it.
day and age, you're right, and I think it's definitely you're cutting your teeth, as they say. So that when you're in that position later with your band, it's no big deal. A buddy of mine just went to see Sturgill down in Birmingham this past weekend. He was just like, it was awesome.
Well, and I love both sides of it. I mean, I love the energy. I mean, as you can tell, there's a big ADD factor that's going on here.
With you?
So, yeah.
Oh, really?
But, I mean, I was never diagnosed, but plenty of people tell me I have it.
Oh,
so
man,
I'm just
I know
assume.
way more people that's like, within the first sentence, I'm like, holy shit, I don't get that vibe from you at all.
Well, maybe I'm kind of mellow today. I don't know what's up. I think I had rest this weekend or something.
And you had this wonderful mojito.
We did.
Brought to you by Afro Rum.
I had to make it myself.
Look at this wonderful segue I just
cheersage,
made.
man.
Cheers, indeed. All right. I don't know what all that's about, but get down there.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, man, I love the intimacy of the acoustic show, man. I start rattling off. Next thing I know, I'm telling a story or being a smart ass with somebody in the crowd or whatever, and it's cool to be able to have both. Yeah, I had to deal with that earlier.
What in the wide world of Afro
I
sports
thought I had
is
it
going
fixed.
on?
We need some duct tape or super glue.
This is definitely going to be a terrible. You know what we need is a wine cork so I can just look.
When I first had to pull that out earlier, it's exactly what I thought.
All right, so we love Afro Rum, but we're going to have to talk about this child-proof lock they got on this yacht right here.
Oh, you can get her out of there. Just dig your nails in there like a man.
Come on, lever! Oh, God.
See, you earned that drink now.
I sure did. I don't need that anymore.
Well, I mean, I'll join you if that's the way you're wanting to roll.
I'm gonna do. I thought you already had a double.
Oh, I do.
You want a little
here,
top
no,
right
here, look. We just go right on out. All right. We have little cups here. Let's make shots for ourselves. How about that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's try it that way. This is just a little too.
'Cause, I mean, you can't taste something until you have it by itself.
Speaking of, do you have a girlfriend?
as of about a month ago, no.
Oh my God, you are a starving artist. You're not getting in the way of me and my art.
That's pretty much.
Did she break up or you break up?
Nope, it was me.
Oh, well, sometimes you got to do that. How old are you?
Just turned 30.
Oh, well, shit, yeah.
But with a baby face like this,
you ain't got time for that yet. You got to get that pub deal way up and sell a bunch. Cheers.
Okay, cheers, brother.
Indeed. Thanks for coming to do this, by the way.
Thanks for having me.
They frown if I drink alone and talk by myself. So
I mean, that's.
I figure they bring somebody in. It'll mollify.
Yeah, I was just glad Dylan Scott got sick and you called me.
Dylan Scott, no kidding.
He just had his first #1 this week.
Did he go #1?
Yep, he did.
Okay, I'm very proud of him. Do you know? I was in the music business for a long time. I left, fell in love with a girl. It's a good segue. Fell in love with a girl. Thought she was in love with me. She wasn't. Was working construction, fences and decks and remodels and things like that. And loving life. Wasn't making any money, but and then I decided I can't do this.
Music industry.
I got to get back into music. No, had to get back into the music business. So I went to work at Curb Records. And took a regional gig with them, and Heidi Newfield and Dylan Scott were the artists, and it was awesome. I understand that the guy that was I shouldn't say that. I think we can get okay. So anyway, that's great. You know how long they worked that record? My Girl, right?
Long time.
They worked that thing a long time.
Well, Dylan's been killing. He's been a really, really good friend of mine for.
It's
actually funny how we met back when he was at Sidewalk, and they were trying to figure all the things out, and. The drummer at the time for him was a guy that used to play for me, and he called me up one day, and he goes, man, I've been playing with this kid. I don't know how y'all hadn't met, but you two are clones of each other. You're both just stupid redneck idiots from the South that make stupid things and chase girls when you shouldn't. And
he's down there from the...
Bastrop, Louisiana.
Right, yeah, what do they call it? Monroe.
Monroe.
Upper Monroe.
Uh-oh. That's high class.
Your family is?
Louisiana?
Monroe?
Monroe.
Are you an LSU fan?
It's a different place.
Okay, good. Never mind. I don't have to. I can like you again.
Monroe. That's why I was like, wait, what? West Monroe. Is it West? Where's Duck Dynasty? Wherever those guys are.
Yeah, that's where that
Monroe.
is.
See, he's saying it now. So, have you guys been writing together?
Man, we were a lot back in the day. He's been road dogging it.
Is he big leaguing you?
No,
Dylan?
he's cool. No, he's. I'll give it to him. There's buddies I would call out on camera right now. You know who you are.
I love
Dylan's not one of them. No, he. We used to work out every day, and it made me mad because he's this little dude that's ripped up and like eats terrible and drinks beer, and then I look at one and I'd be fat. And
he's ripped. He's got a voice like. I mean, I took him around to radio stations with just a guitar. Oh, and that guy can do it.
He has got one of the most pure, and like that's one thing we haven't. His hero is Keith Whitley, and Straight's my hero.
You can tell, yeah.
Straight's my hero, but I always tell people my favorite artist is Keith Whitley. So we always had that in common, especially with our writing and all that kind of stuff. But the problem me and Dylan is, man, we're rowdy. We woke up in Kentucky one time, had no clue how we got there. And I'll leave that alone because he's happily married now. And I'm
is he married?
He is. He's got a kid on the way.
Get out.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's great. That is awesome. I'm going to have to check up with him. I did see, we ran into each other. I forget what restaurant, not long after I left Sidewalk, but that's great. Yeah, man, congrats to a #1. How about that?
How about it? He made it.
What about you? When's yours?
Well, when traditional country comes back.
Well, what do you think about this? I mean, this pendulum is obviously swinging heavy.
It is. It's one of the things, I've been in town long enough. I've seen the circles come and go and all that stuff. And, the best thing that happened for me was when I quit chasing. I quit trying to necessarily aim for a sound or do whatever and just do me. And, I don't know that it'll ever go back full swing as far as just the stuff that I grew up on and what I like. But you're starting to see...
If you're talking radio, I agree. Yeah. I don't know if it'll ever do that, but there's so many different outlets right now. It's
Absolutely.
Like, that's why I think that you're seeing these Sturgills and these Jason Isbells and the Stapletons, because it's authentic.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's authentic.
Yeah.
You can't talk about doing methamphetamines for 30-something hours and not like
exactly.
that. You don't write that because you're in a studio with 3 other writers in Nashville. You write it because you took methamphetamines and were out for 30
lived it and you wrote it.
You lived it and you wrote
Absolutely.
it. Exactly.
It's main thing you'll notice, and there's a reason guys like Sam Hunt and Florida Georgia Line and all the cats that some of us may not like as much, they're successful for a reason.
Yeah.
It is popular. They sell out for a reason. But I think we kind of forget sometimes in this industry until you take the blinders off and look, man, there's a lot of folks that want that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you can make a great living with I can't talk. It's kicking in. I should have had more than just breakfast.
We want to thank Afro Fun.
Well, by golly, thanks for my rambling. No, it's getting out firsthand on the road and doing what I've been doing, man. It's I'm down in the trenches and you're meeting people. I mean, I'll tell people all the time, man. My favorite shows to open up are guys like Tracy Lawrence, guys like Daryl Singletary, or the Texas country guys like Cody Johnson and them cats, because those are the people that want to hear our kind of music, and they're out there. And I feel like they're kind of forgotten about on the industry side.
I think that's a trait about Texas is their contribution. And Texas and Nashville are always going to be like this. And it's actually
and it's gotten better actually if you really look. Because I did my homework, man. I actually almost moved to Texas last year.
Which part were you going to go to?
I had no clue. I just knew that I couldn't get anything going in Nashville. I was kind of at a rut, and it all kind of started, I was doing the chasing thing. I was right after my first record and pub deal was over, and I had one of my best friends in the world who's doing very successful, and he was pushing me to stretch my limits and all that, but it just wasn't me. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I still remember the day. I was in Champaign, Illinois at my buddy Marco's house, and he was all the time playing me Texas country acts, and I was just like, man, that sucks.
Who was he playing?
I was back in the room, and I hear this song kick on. It's got this dang steel guitar and all this stuff kicked. And it was Cody Johnson, Me and My Kind. And I came running out of that room when I heard that chorus. And I was like, who is that? And why is he singing when I'm told I'm not allowed to sing? And that was kind of my moment that I remember I found his record. I listened to it. Man, I don't know if I listened to a single thing for about 3 or 4 months besides that record.
That was the one that
it was retrying. I mean, I did. You spend so long trying to write for the industry, or trying to write, or trying to perform wise.
Right.
I had to unbrainwash myself.
Yeah,
and it took
a while. That's a great statement.
It really. I mean, it was. I had a hard time trying to write meaningful songs. Because if you listen to my stuff, I'm all about a great song, a great lyric, a great idea. I want it to say. Even my party songs, there's something in there that makes it not just another stupid song.
The She Wanted Flowers song, I thought. That it was you remember being in the 90s, you remember the Ty Herndon, What Mattered Most?
Her eyes are blue,
yes.
hair's long. Yep.
That's what
Ty's actually become a good buddy of mine
He's
lately.
A great guy.
Dude, he's amazing. I love that guy.
Do you know I got in a lot of trouble because of him?
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
I was an intern at the record label.
I'm starting to see a trend here with you.
Well, I was an intern, and I worked in promotion, which is, that's the radio people.
Right.
He thanked me in his album, Living in a Moment, which was awesome because that's like a plaque that you hang on the wall type thing. You're like, hell yeah, this guy
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, this guy is thanking me as an intern in his album. Well, the people that have worked at Sony for a while did not like that, and people who were in marketing and things like that were like, well, why didn't we get? So then there became a mandate. Ready? This is when I was at Epic Records. I moved from Epic to Monument.
Epic. You know the story's old if you hear that word.
You right, son bitch. So Epic, I go from Epic to Monument, and as a regional, and the next album, the Dixie Chicks, 10 million records sold. You know who they thanked in that?
Did you get round number 2?
The Monument promotion staff.
That's it.
You know how many people are on the Monument promotion staff? 5. It takes as long to say that. Monument promotion staff.
Takes longer just to say your name.
Wix, Larry, Pam, Bob,
But they could have even just first named each one of you.
That's what I mean. At least because Monument promotion staff to any Yahoo, that's like, well, that could be 300 people. I don't know who that is. So anyway, but no, Ty's a great guy. I actually ran into him not too long ago. He's been making the rounds again and coming back. Yep. He's happy and healthy, and I'm he is. Very glad.
We actually just hung out. So I was booked by Buddy Lee for a couple of years, and that's where we met. And my agent, who actually has been a friend of mine, she's from Arkansas too for years and years. It was her birthday, so we all took her out and whatever. So I got to hang out, reconnect with Ty again here, just literally about a month ago, I guess.
I'm very proud.
I'm glad to see him back and kicking, man. That dude's way too talented to not be.
Oh man, unbelievable! I agree with you.
He's got, he told me a story. This would be good for this. Him and Terry Clark decided to go out here around town and go karaokeing one night. And I can't remember which place they went to, but they went in and did their own songs. Mm-hmm. And he did Living in a Moment.
Yeah.
And he said the person coming up hosting karaoke came up to him afterward and goes, man, you sang the shit out of that, but you ain't no Ty Herndon.
It's never not funny, is it?
I think I peed a little. I was laughing so hard.
He was off a little bit that night. That's all.
You know,
You ready for some rapid fires?
always.
Okay. These are brought to you by Battered and Brewed, by the way.
That sounded very good.
Thank you.
Hit the deck. It's time for some rapid fires.
Favorite restaurant in Nashville?
Whew. I don't eat out hardly at all because when I'm home, it's very few. You'll laugh. My go-to when I get off the road is I go to Taco Bell. That's like my bad thing.
That's your comfort food.
That's my go-to.
Coming off the road, nothing surprises me. If it makes you feel good.
Here, I'll tell you. We'll go predictable. Cane Prime. I had that finally for my birthday, and that was
Wait,
freaking,
they have those here?
Yeah, but I will only go there if someone else is paying.
I didn't know that. Favorite neighborhood hang?
I mean, they took the fiddle and still away from me, so I'm having to settle for. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Bobby's Idle Hour. I've been hanging out there some.
Have
when I
you
got
really?
time off, dude.
Oh, man, that place
it is
is
like
great.
time warp Nashville.
Oh, yeah. Is it still old angry writers?
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. They do a comedy night there.
And then they bring their guitar out and they all play all their songs that never got cut to.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Exactly. And then somebody's going to cut one because this business is cyclical anyway. All right. This is very not rapid. Sorry. Touristy place. I guess the most touristy place in Nashville.
In Nashville. Well, I live in the Gulch, so I'll just throw that there because I have fun watching all the people stand out in a mile-long line to take a picture with some wings.
Yeah, you're right there. You're right on the front lines of touristy down there.
There's nothing like sitting there getting drunk, making fun of people in a line to take a picture with wings.
Is there not? That's what I do at with this hot. Oh, well, we're getting to it. Hold on. All right, I'm getting out of lightning mode and going into podcast mode. Favorite steak?
Oh, man. Filet or ribeye. Either or good.
And where would you have it?
Well, that filet at Cane Prime was pretty awesome.
All right.
But I make one. I don't know. If you can't make it better and I can make it myself, I'm usually disappointed.
I agree with that. I'm a ribeye guy as well.
Yeah.
Hot chicken.
I love it, but I have acid reflux, so I got to stay away from it.
No. You're not. It's not acid reflux. Your just body should not eat it. It's. I don't understand it. I never will. I'm old.
It's
Hot
good
chicken.
It's good for a sinus infection. How about that?
Your favorite honky tonk that isn't still here.
Still here. Ah, man. Well, the Full Moon just went away too, so now I got to recreate that answer. I guess Second Fiddle or Legends. I used to play down there my first year I lived here.
Legends is pretty cool.
Legends is cool.
Do you still go down? Like, do you pick up? Do you work that circuit down there, Broadway?
Not anymore. I mean, during CMA Fest or something, we might have a pop-up thing or whatever.
Right.
Or every now and then I'll get somebody playing that I know, and I'll go down and sit in just for a song or two. But it's good every now and then to get down there and kind of feel like the old days.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. What's your favorite place for breakfast?
My place. Cracker Barrel.
Well, what's your favorite meal at the Cracker Barrel?
Oh, man. You got to get that... crap, I can't think of what it's called, but it's got the eggs, you get your bacon or sausage, and then the hash brown casserole.
The old timers?
That's it. Old timers. But then you got to get the apple butter for your biscuit now, too.
That one, right? Yeah.
Hold on, I'm about to blow your mind, too. Someone told me about this, and it sounds disgusting, but you have to try it, because once you do, it's amazing. You get your biscuit, cover it in gravy, and then throw jelly or apple butter on top. It sounds disgusting. It is proof that Jesus loves you.
Apple butter I could get. You know what I like is the whole, and McDonald's kind of jumped on it, I guess, but the whole sausage with syrup. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, they do the
McGriddle.
The McGriddle. Good Lord. You ever had one of those and then snorted a pixie stick?
No, next time I need energy on the road, I think I know what I'm going to try.
I don't even know where you find pixie sticks. I don't know what that means.
You got to make sure it's really a pixie stick.
I know,
There's
right?
some sick people out there.
Well, if it comes in that, you're fine. Favorite barbecue in town?
Peg leg pork.
Oh, good man. Do you know what the story behind that is?
That they have the best mac and cheese on earth.
No. Why it's called peg leg?
No.
Okay. This is not rapid. All right, we're going to save this for the tap. All right, hang on. Peg leg porker. We got to save this because this is going to take me a long time to tell you.
It was Ed Lee's.
It's a great
and then
story.
I had peg leg, and it was like, yep, new winner.
He came from, well, you know what? I'm going to save it. I'm going to tell you. Okay. What's your favorite brewery? I guess that's local brewery. Are you a craft beer guy?
I'll drink them. I'm more whiskey and that kind of stuff just because
Yeah.
I got to, not be a fat ass if I'm going to be an artist.
Yeah.
There's not even one in particular. Been to the Jackal. I've been to just about all of them.
Yeah.
Yazoo.
It's all the same to me.
Yeah,
It's craft beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I love craft beer. Honky Tonk would be...
I actually like better if you have buddies that can make their own home brew. My buddy Arliss was making his own beer for a while, and it was 10 times better than any of these microbreweries I've been to.
Was it high percentage or just delicious?
Oh, yeah. Both.
Like what? Like
he had one that was like a bacon smoked flavor one. It was on a scale of 1 to 10, it was amazing.
That sounds amazing. All right, I think we're done. Yeah. Okay.
Rapid fire.
with my not so rapid fire answers.
These rapid fires brought to you by Battered and Brewed. We can't thank them enough.
Hit the deck. It's time for some rapid fires.
By the way, this stuff is good.
It is
If you
good.
only eat an omelet for breakfast and you've been on a health kick, it kicks in very quickly.
Yeah, you're going to have a tough time juggling that. You cannot get your protein from here unless you eat this shitty quirk.
Man, at this point,
Yeah, well, now
I
we
might
will
try
edit.
it. Oh, you can't close it with it. It's going to be stuck on.
I know. We'll just put it on there like a top, like a little hat.
We should. Super glue it on there really pissing me off.
Wow, that came off so easy. That's the new way to go right there.
That's what she said.
What is this? Okay. Spicy, bold, and full. Dry sparkling ginger. It's not the same ginger from the Gilligan's Island.
I'm realizing why he doesn't think I have ADD, because he has it too.
I could maybe.
Just a little bit.
They won't prescribe it for me
Tourette's.
though. Apparently. Do you?
I do.
You don't have Tourette's like some people. I can tell
No,
you
I
that.
did when I was a little kid. I looked like a little dumbass.
What was your? Did you have tics?
Oh, major.
What were they?
I had one where I did this little thing in my arm.
That's called parting.
No, the problem was there wasn't another hand there.
So
I
you
still
just
this
did
day
this?
you'll see it. I have this blinky thing that I'll do, and this little thing where I'm. Actually, that part I blame that because I made fun of my grandma for doing it. My grandma died. I
Sucking
started doing
teeth?
it, and I couldn't stop. But nah, man, if you saw me when I was a kid, people were like, "What's wrong with him?" And I don't know. They said as I got older, I learned how to control it.
Now, do you find yourself like? Do you still do it? You find moments where you're like,
Oh, absolutely, man. If I'm in traffic and I'm pissed off or nervous, I'll start, See, that's the only problem that made me mad. I always laughed. I was like, man, I said, God would give me a disease that I can cuss out people and get away with it. But give me the half-ass version of it where I don't cuss out people.
you just got to battle internally.
Of course, my mama gets mad. Them doctors they missed, you just get nervous sometimes. I'm like, Mama, it's called Tourette's. It's okay. Look at every one of them on my dad's side of the family. We all got some kind of little
Do they?
twitch. Oh, man, my sister, like if you watch my dad or my Aunt Reed, they'll sit there and their eyebrows just. And I'm like, hey, y'all got it too.
You got it authentically. Wow. Yeah, I knew a guy. Yeah. That's an interesting affliction, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like, is that like, I know I'm not supposed to laugh, but sometimes some of that stuff's. I always wanted to do. You know how XM has all these different channels. By the way,
I do because I have XM now that I got a new truck and I'm guilty. That's half my problem. It's football season. I'm supposed to be listening to music, and all I'm sitting there now is like,
right? Because they can. Oh, jeez, look at that.
That sucker really jumped off.
Somebody wants to get out, don't they?
See?
Somebody wants to get out. See?
Hold on. Did that really jump off that hard for me? Come here. No, I want to see if this happens again. Was it sliding off or something already?
We'll have to go upstairs and look at the tape.
What? Look, the ice fell magically earlier. That happened. Is there a ghost in here?
I know, he hates it. He hates it. He's killing audio, son.
This is like that, what's that show on Comedy Central where they get drunk and tell history lessons?
Drunk history?
Yes. Dude, you have something going here.
But it's your drunk history
It is.
with your Tourette's. At least you don't say, like, offensive things. Like, just out of nowhere, just waiting in the bank line.
Well, I mean, this ain't gone yet, so.
You might get there. These will be some great extras.
Let me tell you something about you that you don't know.
I had a buddy of mine, his wife would drink bourbon, and he goes, yeah, she doesn't drink bourbon anymore because as soon as she drinks bourbon, she goes, let me tell you what's wrong with you.
I think that's why I'm single. I grew up with 3 sisters.
You're single because you broke up with some girl.
Well, that too. Well, actually, it's a proven fact. Marriage is the leading cause of divorce.
Hey, as a divorcee, I know. I know.
You know the number one thing that kills a woman's sex drive?
Wedding cake.
Damn right.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this installment of The Tap, number 7 with David Adam Byrnes with a Y. Did I get it?
Got it?
Well, cheers to
Impressive.
that. I don't even want to try it again. Of course, we want to thank Keystone Studios for letting us do this. Sorry about the spill last week. Oh, clean that up. And we want to thank Battered and Brewed for bringing you, not the microphone, but you. And thank you for coming by and letting us know what's going on. I'm a fan of Alcoholiday, of course, because I live one every day.
Happy Alcoholidays.
Amen. Amen. Cheers, Brad.
Cheers, man.
Best of luck to you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for
Come
having
back and visit when things are awesome.
Absolutely. Next week when I'm sober, I'll come back.
And if it doesn't work out and you just die miserably, we'll just take this moment for what it was.
You know. Skinner 2.0.